So another day, another series of headline-grabbing remarks from Donald Trump. He is trailing Hillary Clinton by nearly 8 points in the national poll average, and he's painting an increasingly dire picture of a Clinton presidency. But in an interview last night, he not only acknowledged he might lose the election, he seemed okay with it. Listen.
At the end of 90 days, I fall in short because I'm somewhat politically correct, even though I'm supposed to be the smart one, and even though I'm supposed to have a lot of good ideas. It's okay. You know, I go back to a very good way of life. But just keep doing the same thing I'm doing right now, and at the end, it's either going to work or I'm going to, I'm going to have a very, very nice, long vacation.
Chris Wallace is anchor of Fox News Sunday. All right, Chris, there are a lot of things that Donald Trump says that are a little surprising to the ear. What do you make of that comment?
Well, I want to go back to your intro when you said headline grabbing. There are so many things that Donald Trump could be going after Hillary Clinton on now. As you say, this report that the CENTCOM cooked the books on its intel about ISIS, the front page story in the New York Times today that the Russians may not only have hacked into the DNC, but may have also hacked the personal files of some of the top Clinton campaign officials. The latest revelation of emails about this cozy relationship between the Clinton Foundation and Hillary Clinton's State Department. But instead, we're talking about Donald Trump saying that Obama is the founder of ISIS. And as you just pointed out, this comment about, well, I'd be okay, I could go on a nice vacation. Sometimes when your opponent is in trouble, just get out of the way.
Yeah, there are probably 16 other former Republican candidates who would love to be where Mr. Trump is right now as the official nominee of the party. And, well, that comment about taking a vacation made it seem like this is a lark for him.
Yeah, I agree. And in fact, what he has said in the past is, which I think makes more sense, look, if I don't win, this has all been a waste of time. I mean, if you really believe in making America great again in your program, then the fact that you would lose, obviously he might lose, and he'd be unrealistic not to consider that possibility. You should be more concerned about it, not just, well, I'll go back to my great life and the heck with everybody else. Again, it seems just an inopportune, and again, we're talking about what Donald Trump is saying rather than all the possible scandals or controversies involving Hillary Clinton.
But then again, you know, when you listened to what he said in that remark in front of the crowd about ISIS, and John Roberts just played it, he talks about Obama founding ISIS, and the crowd kind of yells, and then he says, no, he founded it, and the crowd gets louder and louder and louder. The more he repeated and doubled down on what he was saying, the more support he got from those behind him.
Yeah, but look, this is one of the mistakes that politicians always make. They think that because you've got a big crowd or a responsive crowd, therefore you're winning. You need 65 million Americans to vote for you to be elected president. You can have an awful lot of people. You can have tens of millions of people who like you, and you can still lose in a landslide. And you know, look, there are a lot of things you can criticize Obama for when it comes to ISIS. You can say that pulling out of Iraq helped create the conditions that led to the rise of ISIS. He didn't take it seriously enough. But over the last 24 hours, to say he's the founder of ISIS and he's the most valuable player in ISIS, it just doesn't pass the credibility test. I know there are a lot of Trump supporters who will say, no, that's exactly right. But, you know, there's a reason that 50 top Republican national security officials over the last 20 or 30 years have just signed a letter saying they can't vote for Trump. And I think this is a case in point as to why they have concerns about it.